All right, turning now to Missouri. Nick Schroer is a new Missouri State House representative. He is a Republican, and he is introducing a bill that will hopefully help do away with gun-free zones. There's some controversy over this bill, and it's great to have Nick back on the program. Nick, congratulations on being sworn in for the first time as well.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be back on.
So tell me, I know you want to make it where if someone is injured on private property in a business, a commercial business, because of a gun-free zone policy, you could hold the business owners accountable. I'm a little bit worried about that when it takes away from property rights. I get where you're going with the gun-free zones. Should I be concerned?
I don't think so. I've talked to a lot of people. I've got bipartisan support on this bill from people on the left who do have a little bit of common sense. And what this is going to do is just expand the premises liability, just like slip and fall cases, just like any other cases that business owners have to abide by and realize when they make business decisions. What this would do is just allow people who are injured because of that policy, who are not able to mitigate the damages that came onto them by exercising their Second Amendment rights. So a plaintiff would have to jump through several loopholes in order to attack, per se, the business owner.
And so tell me how this bill would work and how it's worded in layman's speak, obviously.
So in layman's terms, what it would really do is allow a business owner to make whatever decision they want to. If they want to be a gun-free zone, so be it. I think that's an idiotic decision, but I'm not the business owner. So if somebody goes into that business and is stripped of their Second Amendment right at the door, if they're then injured within that business, and can prove that, one, they were legally allowed, and we have constitutional carry now in the state of Missouri. I think Texas is trying to take a page out of our book now with their legislation out there. But if they can prove that they were legally allowed to carry, were injured in that business when they weren't carrying, and but for that policy, that gun-free policy, they would have been able to mitigate the damages or stop the damages that came onto them. They would be allowed to sue and probably have a successful lawsuit.
All right, so I'm with you that gun-free zones make no sense. Look, I own an oil change business. I have 10 employees there, and I would never in a million years think of having a gun-free zone. I think when a customer comes into my business that my employees and my other customers there are safer if there's a CHL holder waiting for his car to be serviced in there. But when you ultimately tell a business owner how to run their business, even if they're running it stupidly, which is the case with a gun-free zone, I'm still concerned you're taking away their rights, because in essence, when you allow someone to sue that business owner for making a decision that he's in his rights to make the decision, are you ultimately making the decision for him? The government is.
Well, I don't think so. And we look at, I'm a general counsel for a small business out here, and if we, don't put salt down when we're inviting people into our business, there's a heightened level of protection that we must provide for the people that are coming in, the business invitees. So when we have a situation where we're putting a target on the backs of these customers by saying, hey, this is a no gun-free zone, what we have to do is the level of protection that we have to provide for those customers is heightened. So all this would really do is just like if we decide to mop the floor and don't put up a wet floor sign, somebody could have a case against us if they slip and fall.
So here's the interesting thing about politics. So if I was in the Missouri State House, I would have serious questions about this, but guess what? I vote for it because I think overall it's going to ensure that more people are going to be safe throughout Missouri. And so if I have questions, so be it. Let them fight it out in the courts. Do you think you have a chance of getting this through?
Again, I don't know. I know leadership does want to provide for the protections of the citizens of Missouri. You can see that. I've got some legislation that I filed to increase the penalties on attacks on law enforcement, first responders. So I believe this could fall right in there with providing the protection of the citizens of the Show Me State. So the chances, I don't know, it's 50-50. It's a coin flip, just like when I'm in court. My clients ask me all the time, what are the chances of winning? Well, you got me, so they're a lot higher than they would if you had somebody else. But it's 50-50. So, and I know being an attorney, a lot of people are going to think he's sue happy. He wants more people in the court. Well, no, and that's why I put the protections of the proximate cause language and the other loopholes that somebody would have to jump through. So I'm trying to provide for the protections of business owners like yourself, like my boss, But at the same time, I'm trying to provide for the protections of my citizens.
Well, Nick, I know you're coming out with some strong conservative principles and legislation. I know your family was there to see you sworn in as a freshman in the legislature there. Are they aware that leadership there is probably going to be very scared of the things that you are proposing and the things that you want to get done?
They know how I am, so they know what to expect.
Right.
So I'm hoping that they're going to have my back through all this too, and I know they will.
You better believe it. I'm sure they will. And Nick, as always, it's a pleasure. I wish you luck on this, and you keep us posted.
Will do. Thank you for having me again.